Hello, good evening. So this is a video about SRM, basically modifying the layout. So it's been a long time since my last video, so maybe I will be a little rusty, so please forgive me about that. So let's go and see SRM. So what was it was a query from BMC Communities. So basically here we are in English, of course, and we have the fields on the left and we have the content on the right. And what was asked was to do the opposite, basically doing instead of doing left to right, doing right to left. So request ID being on the right and the rack 1002 on the left. So how to do that? So basically you can open the service request console first. You can see behind you've got the table where you've got all your requests, and you've got a cell in the table. In the cell, a template is applied. So the template is SRM SREC my request template. And basically, template is an HTML file. The HTML file can be found in AR system resource definitions. So you just have to look for SRM SREC my request template. In the attachment pool, you've got the template, so we will download it. Okay, here we go. So we will open it. And basically inside you've got some HTML code, of course. So if you want to understand exactly what is going on, you can find some good tutorial on internet, but basically what you want to know is that you can see here that it's displayed kinda like a table. So if I, for example, want to explore what happens, so we'll select, for example, this here. You can see that basically you've got a main div. So a div is an object, and inside of it you can put other divs, I don't know, text, styles, whatever. So here in the main one, you can see you've got a lot of things. And basically, for example, here I selected request ID. You can see that you have got a class. The class is a style, a CSS style. Its content label sub left, float with 17 SP. And then, so this is a request ID, and on the bottom you've got the value. And then here you've got the second line, and here you've got the third line, and here you have got the fourth line. So basically, if you look back to the HTML file, you can see that you find your main table, let's say, and inside of it you can find your four lines. So the first div with 70 SP, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. And you've got an idea of what happens because here you've got the special character, you know. So basically what we want to do is that we don't want this one in first position, that means on the left, because the div is basically what happens, what is displayed is here it's first line, second line, but actually what happens is that the div are displayed next to each other. So here we've got this one is on the left, this one on the left, and this one on the right. So what we are going to do is doing, well, just the opposite. So instead of modifying everything, meaning doing some copy paste and doing that, we will do something else. So basically what we will do is that we will copy the value here, the text, we'll put it here. So we'll just invert everything. So since we are right to left, this character will be here. And of course we have to do the same thing for the other lines. So for this one it's a bit different because it will be cut, so let's try to do something intelligent. Okay, let's try something. So this one will be a bit harder. So I want to take that as well. So maybe the result won't be perfect, to be honest, so you will have to play with maybe with the styles and things. It's just a quick to show you how it's working basically. So last value. So, and if you're asking yourself why do you have those values here, it's because basically it's a field ID. If you go back to Developer Studio, this value here is a field ID. It's basically the values that will be displayed inside the HTML template. The value of the field ID will be here. So here it's not very interesting. It's basically the links, request details, cancel request, service request, and so on. So we are not interested by that right now. So what we need to do now is that well, you are supposed to do a backup first, of course. That I didn't do, so I will do it right now. So what you need to do now, everything is ready here with this one, and we want to test it. So the first step is to delete the attachment pool, the file, and add the file we just modified, or file, or version. So then we can save the record, and then basically we've got to try, so it should work. So we have to flush to delete the web browser cache and to display again the form. Okay, so you can see it's not really perfect because the text, well, you can see it's not you've got not enough place on the left and too much space on the right. So what we need to do, what we'll try to do, is modify something to make it more. But you can see it worked basically. That means that now request ID is on the right and the value is on the left. So let's see what we can do to make it better. Let's see what happens if we swap the classes. So here it's with so basically here it's already a little better. So we have to swap both styles. So here I'm just trying something. So you can, with the developer tool from Chrome or Firefox, you can alter the code live, but of course it's only when you display the page. It won't be saved. If you refresh the page, it will disappear. It's just to see what happens if you change something. So here you can see that when I modified this, it's already a little better, but it's not perfect because here you can see you've got the request ID. It's not aligned anymore, basically. So what you will have to do is maybe play with the width of the field of the div to make it, for example, 100 pixel, and this way you won't have any problem. So I don't know, maybe something like this. Let's try Okay, so we can set 150 maybe. Let's do the same thing for the others. Hello. Okay, so now with those modifications you can see that we have something that is more, I don't know, that is better. So as you could see, the first step was to try to make it to make something very dirty to see how it was working, and then live using the developer tool from Chrome we made it like more user friendly. So we will have to apply the modification we did in the HTML template, of course. So what we did is we use the style 150 pixel, and this one we removed it. I guess we don't need it actually, but well. Let's do exactly the same thing. Okay, here we go. So here we got the width for each one. Should be okay. So let's try and update the HTML template again. So we delete, we edit again, we save. Okay, so let's try and just refresh, see what happens. So it doesn't. Okay, it didn't work. So you can check that it didn't work because if you explore again, well, I don't know. Okay. You can see here that it didn't change. So you really have to delete your web browser cache and do the refresh again. That means, of course, sometimes you've got to log in again. But at least you don't have to flush the mid-tier cache. But this is a problem, so I should have done it before. Okay, so let's try another user. Okay, so here you can see that now it's much better basically, because you've got the request ID, everything is aligned correctly, and we swapped the request ID is on the right and the value is on the left. And if we explore, you can see that what we did was applied. So basically here we've got a width 70 SP, and here we've got a 150 pixel on this line. So basically that's kind of all. It's really well quick and dirty to show you it's working. So, and it's working the same way for the others. If you want to do the cart, for example, it's working the same way. So first you've got to identify the HTML template, find it and download it from system resource definitions, change, alter some values, for example, save the values, empty, logout, and as you can see, you need to log out first, and empty your web browser cache, go back to the service request console and see what happens. And what you can do is that you can use the developer tools from Chrome or Firefox to modify live the values. And for example here you can see, okay, let's try 100 pixel and whatever. So you can alter live what happens and see what happens, and then work with the template again, upload it again, and so on. So that's kind of all actually. So that's all for this video, and well, I hope it was okay for you. Okay, see you on the community. Bye bye.